Hey. Hello, hello. Should be live. I think. Man, I spent so much time reviewing the old code we had for our skill trees and everything, because we're gonna convert this into kind of like the mastery system that we were planning from the time before. And I don't know what the fuck I was writing before, but this code was not it, boss. So I'm debating whether to just like scrap it and start from scratch, or just modify it. I don't know. I actually don't know what would take a longer amount of time to do, because some of the code like isn't actually terrible, but just have to kind of relearn it a bit. Also, a ton of compiler errors, flopping stuff out. Here's my favorite dev. How you doing? Oh, this is gonna be a long day. I think just to do testing, I'm probably just going to hard code this in. And then once we get it up and running, I'll add in the other UI elements to swap out between classes and stuff. But we are going to be bringing back the tablets for a bit. Just because I think those should be working just fine for what we need. But as you can see... Oh, I need to do an override for remove. Where is that array at? Yeah, I mean temporarily. Move that out. Spell tree data, that should be this. I will get this to compile. I'm not really too concerned with doing that override right now. Let me fucking just merge this. Jesus Christ. Okay. Off to a good start. Okay, what else? 213. Must return a value. Gotcha. Yeah, the code isn't great, but we're going to be changing it. Right now, I'm kind of just like testing the water on what method I want to use to actually get this to work at the moment. We're basically taking an old system and doing like a repurpose on it, because I wrote this skill tree system, what, like 6 months ago at this point? A long ass time ago. I just want to see how we have the data tables structured, and then we'll go from there. I have an idea on how I want to do it. Skill trees are going to be kind of weird because, like, they're not only going to like alter the damage or like effectiveness of the ability itself, but the skill tree is also going to offer like passive effects as well, or passive abilities. So like there could be one that grants you like a new passive effect for like reduced incoming critical damage and shit like that. So we're going to try to keep it like as dynamic as possible, but there's going to be like a certain limitation to that. Right now, I pretty much have the skill tree system constructing itself off of data tables. So we're not actually creating it in blueprints, pretty much like at all. We just have to input where we want the nodes to go, and it will fill in the blank for us. Where the hell did I even store it? It's been so long. Oh, here we go. Yeah, all right. So the way this works is, from what I remember, because it's been a while, we have this like node row and column that we input here, and it basically will just generate like a grid structure, and it will put these nodes in the exact spot or coordinates that we give it. And then we just basically assign tags and other data to these slots here. But yeah, we're going to be kind of redoing this, because it's also using something that I created before that I don't think would make sense here. The idea before was we would put these passives in, and I made like a little system where you could say what it was modifying on the ability that it was tied to, whether it be like the duration of the effect, the frequency of how much it would like tick, the radius, and then the actual like damage or healing, and then like multiply, override, or add to that. But the one problem with doing it this way is it would do this calculation during runtime, which just adds a little bit more stress onto the server to do it this way. So the new way that we're doing like attributes and everything is when the game starts and while we're in like preparation, it will gather all of this data for us and apply all these modifications directly to the abilities before the match actually begins. So we don't have to do any runtime calculations. It's actually going to have the modified data available and ready for use. So just saves on a little bit of performance doing it that way. So I'm gonna have to scrap this or change it up. but I really want to use gameplay tags for this system, just because it's pretty much integrated to everything that we do at this point. So it'd be a lot easier to work with it that way. Oh man, alright, where to begin? I think what we'll do first, just head over to the map that we're going to be using this on. Yeah, this is from the old system here. We're going to be moving all this up. Okay. We could probably go ahead and ungroup these. We're actually only going to need not Control Shift G to ungroup. That is weird. Actually, shit, that was the middle one. Okay, I care about that one just a little bit. These ones, though, they can go. So I'm just gonna quickly make a little block here. Oh, is this set to uniform scale? No, it's not locked. Okay. I must have this rotated at a pretty weird angle if it's doing this. This is the skill tree table. What I'm doing right now is I'm just linking up this orb, which activates our skill tree UI, to this big little tablet thing that we have here. This guy also has, or should have, a widget component on it, which we need to bring out. I don't know if the orientation on this is correct at all, but we'll find out in a second here. It's been a while since I even used this. What the shit? Oh, it's hidden in game. Whoops. Okay. Should be okay now. Alright. Believe we crashed. This is okay, because this is what I want to fix. We're gonna crash a couple of times because there are some things I don't remember being linked to this shit. No, that's a weird crash though. Did I not set the spell data tables in our game state? I did move those around. I don't know if I set it in the sanctuary area though. Let's go in the blueprints and find out. No, it is set there. Let's go to the map and see. Just using like a default game state or something. Hey, what's up, man? A weird crash. I think it said lobby player controller line 100. My controller class. Hey, I'm glad you found something to believe in. Calling this here is doing it, which means that we are not initializing this. Gotcha. Yeah, I think just for the hell of it. I mean, this is definitely getting removed at some point. And luckily moving this isn't too big of a deal later on. But I just need to make sure that the UI like aspect of it is working correctly. I just need to make sure that it's still generating the nodes and everything in the correct order. Then we can go from there. Hey, I'm happy for you, man. Whatever works for you. We all need something. I mean, yeah, working out definitely helps and feeling great. What's up? How you doing? Life's good? Life is good, man. I can agree with that. Alright, where's the crash? Line 100. Inside of our function library, I think I know why. I'm doing a find checked, which is like causing the crash because doing any type of check will stop the application. so you don't access anything that you shouldn't, because it doesn't exist. So if this can't find this, that means that we are asking for a clash tree that doesn't exist. Yes, I saw all that stuff. It's a shame. Not really thinking out loud right now, but okay, is it only oh shit, we're not pulling this from we're putting in our player state, not the game state. Damn it, that's why. I didn't read the parameter. Makes a lot more sense now. Lobby player controller line 100. I was wondering, how long does it take you to learn Unreal? Technically I'm still learning it, but if you're talking about like when do you get to the point where you're kind of like on autopilot and you can actually like you think of something you want to create and then you kind of like think of the way to create it and just go. Honestly, probably like a year and a half in terms of like C++. I do have like prior programming knowledge though from doing like Java and JavaScript before, so that may have accelerated my learning in that aspect of it. But I mean, if you know blueprints, it can be a little bit easier because you understand like how Unreal works for the most part. Do you have a degree in game development or computer science? I do not. I'm totally self-taught. Mike, you watched all that stuff. Oh, yeah, I mean, dude, like, everybody watched him. It's not just me. Did I know that was happening? No clue. But it happened. Yeah, we're passing in player state here. We need to pass in our game state. We have a direct line to our game state. Do not believe so. I mean, you just do that. That should work. Do we check for get world? Yes, just in case. Reason being is this actually will cause crashes. We are shutting the play-in editor down. While this is trying to boot up. How do you have a problem? Definitely missing something here. Why is this flagging me right now? Oh, I forgot the end and warning. God damn it. Okay. We're good. Working as an architect, considering switching to game development career, Unreal seemed to be the standard for the gaming industry right now. Actually, Unity is the one that holds like a vast majority of the market. But I just really love C++ as a language, which is why I use Unreal. From what I understand, Unity is strictly like C#, I'm pretty sure. Plus, like, Unreal's like graphics are pretty fucking insane, I'm being honest. And everything makes sense to me so far. But I switched out of like IT to do game development stuff. So far, it's been pretty good. You watched him do... What are you talking about? He didn't do that stuff on stream. It's not like he live streamed that stuff, my guy. What's going on here? Oh, must return. Oh, bastard, I can't do an early exit here. Actually I can. Technically I can still do this. It's not initialized. That's a problem. God, I don't want to do it that way then. But I can't declare this because it's a reference to a pointer. Shit. Do I risk it? What's the worst that can happen? We're going to be gutting this anyway, so it's fine. Unity can't handle modern AAA games, and it's not free. Yeah, Unreal has like a, I think it's like a 5% cut is what they take, but that's like when you make $1 million. I don't know if my game's going to make $1 million, so I'm probably okay. Do I prefer Inside Out 1 or 2? I thought yes, this yesterday. I think 1. I think that's what I said yesterday as well. Alright, we're passing in the game state now, so we should actually have valid data. I just had to be a little bit less stupid when I first wrote this. We crash again. That's okay. What is it this time, though? Totally different function. We're looking for array index 0 in an array that has not been initialized. Line 207. We're bringing up old systems into the new game. This is bound to happen. 207, that's here. So when we call initialize here, what is this doing? We're looking for our spell tree here. Yeah, we don't really give a shit about that. What we do care about though is grabbing this data from our game state now. Sound is coming in staticky? For real? On Twitch? Do you guys hear any static on your end on YouTube? I hear like static in the background from the music. Oh, you do as well? Weird. Wonder what could be doing that. It's gone now? Huh. I wonder if it's like my little like mouse receiver actually interfering with the connection. It was actually like resting on my little audio box thing. What's up, man? Yeah, this actually got completely moved. I don't really have this here anymore. We actually want this to be a const reference of this. Why not have this function? Something to grab the actual T map we have set up here. Probably just use that then. Just iterate through it that way. I don't know why, but recently I've had to actually like include my engine world just so I could view the functions inside get world. Pretty goddamn annoying. This is actually a T map of T class tree. I prefer 2 because it's hella relatable. Inside Out 1 was a bit more of a was a bit more emotional and a hero arc. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it just comes down to preference at the end of the day. No, I definitely have cast types included. Yeah. I didn't think so. Oh, I'm trying to use a T array of the spell data. Okay. Got it. So here, we just want to make an array, and it would be T pair of T enum. Oh damn, I can't type today. Spell data value. What was that thing that we were actually just trying to access here? Oh, we were trying to see if the actual data table was valid. Okay. We got that. That should be good. Yeah, I think like before we kept like everything on the game instance, and doing that, not typically a great idea. I mean, it allows you to store data through server travel, everything like that, just fine. If you're the server, if you're the player, it gets a little weird. What I intend to do is move everything pretty much to the game state and just replicate it that way, and then store like a matrices of data onto the player states themselves with all this information. It'll be a lot more efficient that way. 2 is more relatable, more about Riley growing up. The second one is just about a character arc for anxiety, discovering new emotions. Coming of age, very relatable. It was a good one. It was also more about social stuff, and it was faster paced. Yeah, I mean, you make good points. Still prefer the first one. What do we got? Oh. Game state base. What the hell do you hate now? Oh. Class member variable. Goodbye. Do not need that shit. I don't even think this is like called anywhere anymore. At least it shouldn't be. Yeah, it's not. I gotta clean house on this whole class at some point. Yeah, I mean, all this shit, really old. Hi buddy, is it possible to import .fbx files in runtime? Ooh, I actually don't know. I don't think so. Why do you ask? Do you have like some third-party like plugin modifying like models or something during gameplay? I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that before, at least not to my knowledge. Rid of this for now too. We're going to be cutting out a lot of the or trimming a lot of the fat here. Wait, today you had an interview at a company and they asked if you could import FBX at runtime? Huh, okay. Weird. I don't know like what use case you'd have for it, but maybe I just never ran into a spot where you know, I really needed to do that. I don't think anybody's ever even asked me that before. Did they give like any details on why they would want that? That just seems like it would be an incredibly slow thing to ever add to your game. They are working on medical VR simulation. Huh. I don't know, like, the way my mind works at least is you would have all that preemptively imported into your project and you would use it that way. So they want... Let's back up for a second. It is possible that they might have this simulation running permanently, like an actual like application. And if there are points where it's kind of like paused, so to speak, where you could like click to import a file, that would make sense as to why they need that. When you first asked the question, it was like, I thought you meant like during like gameplay. Like a character would like pick up a new piece of gear or something, and then like their model would be like exported, imported with the new model on it or something. It might be possible. I mean, I've seen crazier shit happen. In architecture, we use Datasmith to import a scene to Unreal from software like Blender or SketchUp. Yeah, so third-party, yeah, so like a third-party plugin like that or a piece of software would make it possible. Technically, it would be during runtime. If you have like the program open, that's considered runtime no matter what. It's anything after compile is runtime, technically. Alright. This. So Mike, what's up? Dude, it is hot as fuck out. My god. I feel like I'm sweating like crazy. Okay. This shit pulling the data. Another crash. Oh god. Ooh. For a second I thought I clicked out of it. Index 255. So we are now getting the data correctly, but it's just trying to pull something that should not exist. Game instance 212. Where are we at there? Right here. Where are you coming from, friend? Who is calling you? Branch widget 130. Yeah, right here. Okay. That is not what we want. Yeah, so this current active tree index, I don't know why the fuck I wrote it this way, but shouldn't be doing this anymore. We should just be using like an enum to identify this. Where the hell was I even setting this? Was it outside of the actual function? Yeah, it is. Has to be. Runtime means when game is playing. You mean opening two programs at the same time? Oh no, I think what he means is like while the application is actually like running, and I'm assuming doing the simulation itself, importing the FBX file during the actual simulation. But I could be totally misunderstanding. Okay, this is where it's at. This is also calling something. Yeah. Kind of just following the trail at this point. 102. We're getting a lot closer. Oh, you know what's actually dicking us? The order that this is actually happening in. It hasn't been set yet. I think that was the problem. Yeah, it's just a weird use case. I wonder what they're trying to like import during the simulation. That's what they're actually trying to do. No, you're good. You're good. I mean, it's not really distracting me too much at all. It's more so like I'm just trying to think of how and why. Because like importing does eat up a little bit of resource. So there's like a lot of context required for that kind of like question. But I guess they were just seeing if it's actually possible and if you knew how to do it. Okay, it is opening and should be created. You know what I actually have to do? I don't think this is actually centered, so it's like flipping. Technically, I can just edit it here. Almost. does this thing have collision? Honestly, this could just go away. Alright, so I mean, it's initializing all the nodes without crashing. Now, why they aren't being displayed, that's something else. Also, this panning feature needs to go too. That was from the old system. I think that was inside of the actual controller. Yeah, let's comment all that out. Also going to set the visibility here. See what happens. Hey, Johnny. I don't know, so like certain industries are pretty weird. There might be a reason for it. I can't think of one off the top of my head that involves like what I do, but maybe the medical industry has a different need for it. It's hard to say. So the one shitty thing is, I don't think... I don't know if widget components actually display. When you actually jump out of your character. Can't remember off the top of my head. This guy actually should be hidden though. Nice hat. Thanks. I appreciate it. Oh, look at that. There it is. Still works, technically. It is incredibly small though for some reason, but that's one step. Oh, is it because of the draw size here? if we need that. Do I know the game Manor Lord? Of course. The game looks awesome. Have I played it? No, but that type of game is right up my alley. It's weird that desired size is small. Did I change this widget before? Oh god, this is back when I used canvas panels. Ugh. Let's, I'm gonna do myself a solid. Where's my overlay at? Oh, this is a canvas panel too? Dude, what the fuck? I could just like not do that? The solo dev guy took 7 years to make it. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not even at year 1. I can't imagine what the game would look like 7 years into development. Probably be homeless by then. Welcome back. Hello, Johnny D Streams. Dude, why am I using so many goddamn canvas panels? This thing must have ran like shit. Also just like a random overlay with no children in it. This is the... okay. Just the name. This at the top. Just for now. Thought the game was a scam till it came out. Oh, I never thought about that. That is pretty crazy though. Thought it was a fucking scam. Dude, I'd feel so bad if people said that about my game. Ability skill tree canvas panel. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. You know what? I don't want to try to fix something that is technically not broke right now. I would much rather focus on the task at hand. I will say though, it is really weird that it is not correcting its size. But we'll figure that out. 375. The client on top of my head? They sure were. So this is what I mean. All right, I'm gonna run this without the client so I can change that. I might actually have to do standalone. The fuck? It's weird. Okay, now we're good. Yeah, so there are certain like limitations to what you can edit when you're running as a listen server with clients that are connected. One of them is this. I forget how I got this to be correct size before. Oh. Okay, well that was a lot easier than I originally anticipated it being. Oh, the scale is like totally off. What am I working on today? Unfortunately, it's the skill system. Holy shit. Okay, that might be a little bit too big. I'm just breaking my game. The usual. That's still going to be too big because of the scale. Let's put that down to something more reasonable. Good luck, brother. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. So this is for like the attributes and everything. I had this before, but I had to make some changes to it. Dude, it's just like a hair too big. Okay. So it's saving the data in the game instance, which is why it started at 3, because we clicked the buttons before during the execution of the game. So it stored all that. Now the thing is, well, a couple things. When I originally wrote the code for this, I didn't have it actually populate and update what the current ranks are of all of the nodes when it constructed this. So I have to change that. And then the second thing is I have to make it convert all of this information into data that can be replicated. So when we go into a match, we have all this information available and ready to modify our abilities. Hey Bobbles, what's up? Alright. Move that back just a hair. Just gonna open this up one more time and then we'll jump into the code. Yeah, that's fine. Sounds like a bee is attacking my microphone. Oh fuck, the static is back again? I don't know how to fix it. It sounds like a bee is attacking my microphone. Alright, hold on. It's got to be something. I haven't figured out what the hell is causing that, but you're not the only person to mention it. God, so many tabs are open. Oh, you know what I didn't check? Shit, we closed it. So I already have something that is essentially grabbing the data and converting it to what we're going to replicate later on. And I think I have some logs that get printed out when that happens. Yeah, right here. I'm just using some delegates. So we just got to be on the lookout for this in particular. Trying to figure out how to get my character to slide left or right while wall sliding down. Need to do some vector calculations shenanigans. Wow, there's a couple ways you could do that, because like if you're doing like a sliding thing, you could technically like set the friction of your character's movement component to like 0. And I think there's another function that actually makes it so your character doesn't like stay in one place. Like if there's a slope, it'll actually move it down. Don't quote me on that though. Saw that in a video or something a while back. Alright, let's look for that function call. Like calling the sound effects like twice. I don't really care too much about that. No, it is not ranking up the ability. I don't think I actually have it set to increment when it's clicked. I think I initially just set it here so I could see when it's actually clicked on. Now to check to see if we had a successful upgrade, we want to do that here. Yeah, this is where we'd load that data in. Shit, this is a const reference. Thing is, I don't want to replace it. I just want to do an increment. Technically, I could just make a function to do that. Yeah, I mean, this shit's getting fucking gutted anyways. Don't need to return anything here. Let's actually grab this function and we'll head back here and do the increment. Like so. I don't think we changed anything in the header, so live coding should be all right. Try to look for some vids on the topic, but I could shoot you my code if you want to critique it. Yeah, send it over. I'll look at it when I'm done streaming today. Ooh, shit. I had that running. Yeah, so what this is doing now is it should just be grabbing the current rank. You actually want this to be sent over afterwards. And honestly, we could just have this return after it completes. Damn. How we're tracking this like current rank right here. Well, honestly, like the majority of this code is just going to be gutted. And we're going to be taking it off of the widget itself. I think the main focus right now is just getting this data to a point where I could just replicate it on my array. We're almost there though. I kind of have to like plan on how I want to deconstruct this whole thing, because I really don't like all the logic being here. Man, trying to get rid of old code can be quite a pain in the ass. Trying to make a turn-based multiplayer battle royale game. That sounds like a lot of fun. Turn-based games are pretty good. Bopples, thank you for banning the bot. I didn't even notice that they said anything in chat. Doing everything in Blueprint for multiplayer game alright? Yeah, I mean, blueprints are like totally fine. for doing like game development and everything, I think the real benefit of doing C++ is when you're doing like logic, it will be a lot faster. It depends what you're doing. Technically, it'll be a lot faster in C++, but blueprints are definitely more than capable. They're more than capable of making a game completely just from them alone. Alright, we got this shit working now. So many fucking tabs. Hold on. I'm pretty much just going to close everything and just reopen what we need. That is driving me nuts. There we go. You hear all like the clicking sounds and everything. God damn. All right. It is working. So the reason we're returning like a gameplay tag here is because the structure I was thinking of using for passives in particular is going to be based off of that. I don't know if I actually started making them or not. But, I mean, you can see here, I have pretty much everything laid out for gameplay tags based on, like, class tree, and then the actual type. So, this is an ability, and then I have status effects as well. Passives, this is from the old system. We're going to be rewriting these to actually use the newer format that we're going to go with. But what I was thinking was having global passives, class-specific passives, and then like active, counterintuitive, active passives, which are like actual abilities that are infinite on the character. So that could be like a damage mitigation ability, something that provides like a shield after X amount of seconds when combat ends, stuff like that. So there's going to be pretty much like 3 main categories that passives go into. And the structure that we're doing will allow us to expand on that too. We think of something else to add. Sorting through them actually won't be too bad either. That part I probably will have to do tomorrow though. Okay. So this is getting packaged up. Let's go back to our player state here. So this array, I'm like thinking... I'm thinking of just like replicating this. But I really don't know how large this file is going to be. We could just make a fast array serializer instead. And that might be the play. I pretty much just whipped this whole thing up in like 30 minutes last night or something. Like this current struct that we're using. Just to kind of get like a feel for like how we would approach the whole system. Like with status effects, for instance, the way we're actually replicating everything. Not in widgets. Gotta go to types. We're using this class here to serialize all of the status effects that are being applied to characters so they could be replicated during runtime with like barely any overhead cost. So I might do the same thing with the skill trees as well. The only reason I haven't done it yet is because the passives technically don't need to be replicated all the time during runtime. It's going to be a one-off thing that gets like passed off to the player state on the map that the game is going to happen on. So it's not going to be like a continuous update. It's only going to need to be replicated once when they actually server travel. So with that in mind, this might not be... It might not be needed. Unless we start making like hundreds of different passive types and everything, and it gets a little crazy. But if it's going to be one-off, we probably don't need to worry about it. Decisions. The fucking bane of my existence. I think like the past couple months of just like programming has been... I look at old code and I'm like, God, that looks like shit. And then I redo it. And then another month passes, I learn like a new way of doing something again. And then I look at the code I just redid. I'm like, God, that looks like shit. And then I just redo it again. Just rinse and repeat. I've gone through like tens of thousands of lines of code, just like combing through it and changing shit. Which is why the features have slowed down a little bit. But I want to pick back up on that. Yeah, so pretty much like everything from this point down has to get gutted. I'm thinking about using like an interface that communicates with the player state and basically asks the player state, am I able to upgrade this node? If so, continue. If not, then we deny it. Because right now, the way the logic works is basically everything is just run through the widget here, which can be pretty abusable in terms of like cheat engine, which is not great. I'd rather have the player ask the server if something's okay, rather than allow the local client to make changes to their attributes and passives and shit. And right now I'm kind of looking to see like what I want to get rid of right now. A lot of this stuff here is just pretty much like visual and sound effects. And a lot of other stuff is put onto like the game instance. This is tough. There's a lot of options. I really want to just use the delegates more for this. I might make another one that's kind of like a relay that directly communicates with the widget that's clicked on instead of the branch widget itself that houses everything. So if we were going to do something like that, we would have to make a new delegate handle here that asks for permission. Or what we could do is we could probably use like a return value on this right here instead. Oh man. I got like paralysis just from doing like, or just from like analyzing everything. shit, this is annoying. Not gonna lie. Alright, I think like the first thing to do is just get this shit off the game instance. I think I'm pretty sure we moved all the attribute system stuff off the instance as well. At least I hope we did. Hello Mozart, I love your music. It's been a while. Oh damn. I think we might still be using this, huh? Yeah, we are. For some reason I thought we removed that off the game instance. Guess not. What's up? I guess we might have to keep it on the instance for now. But I do want to store the replicated data on the player state. Is there a way for a programmer who only wants to focus programming and not modeling in Blender can create a game? Like, programming is fun for me, but Blender not? Oh, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, of course. There's a ton of like assets and everything that you can get off of the Unreal Engine marketplace for free. And honestly, you can just like modify them a bit and use them in your game. The one thing I will say is like graphics aren't like the most important thing in the beginning. It's more so like the recursive gameplay loop. That should be like the core focus of your game. Because as long as that's fun, the rest will come into place eventually. Like, graphics can be redone, you can add in new models later, but the core gameplay loop is the one thing that's probably the hardest to change. I mean, shit, I've rewritten my code like a dozen times now, it seems like. And I'm pretty much doing the same thing here again. With this goddamn skill tree. Man. To be honest with you, I might have to call it here and just trying to do some architecture behind the scenes to see how I want to handle this, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm probably just going to sit here for like the next like hour or 2 hours just thinking and testing of new ways to store this data more efficiently. A lot of it's going to be moving things around and breaking a lot of shit. Problem is, I feel like most people know it nowadays. If you grab something in the asset store, oh, that's not true. I mean, so when you look at this, are you able to tell like if any of these assets are from like a store or anything? More than likely, yes, on some of these because it's pretty obvious, but others are just like a little bit hidden. But this is like a combination of like a dozen or maybe more like different asset packs all across like Unreal Engine. You can kind of just like shape them in different ways. Like these branches here, for instance. These things were like tiny. I'm talking like maybe the size of like one of these bricks. But just like scaling them up like this, it turns them into kind of like a different thing. Just a new perspective on old assets. Good luck behind the scenes if you're ending. I might call it here in a couple minutes, yeah. I might do a quick like run through though of the project real fast. Oh, seamless travel. Almost got me again. Yeah, no problem. Yesterday I pretty much fixed up all the random fucking UI bugs. Oh, I also converted this map to be not only like the arena game mode, but team deathmatch and deathmatch as well. I just got to do a lot more testing on those in particular. The way I'm actually handling like spawning in that is a little weird, but it made sense to me at the time. Should be my game mode, I believe. Where are you? Oh yeah, player respawning. Pretty much just grabbing like every single player start and then just checking what their current distance is from like the next player, depending on if there are teams or not. And then respawning that way. The one issue I ran into this though is when the game starts, technically nobody has respawned or is like in a spot yet. So for like the initial like spawn of like all characters in the game, there has to be a completely different method than the one I'm using right here. I'm gonna have to like assign them and then make sure that players can't spawn right next to each other or like near each other within like a certain threshold here. So I'm gonna have to like create a kind of like a bookkeeper for the initial spawn cycle, so I can mark like which player starts people are assigned in the beginning and then spawn them in that way. That part I'll probably do on stream another day. But yeah, I think I'll probably call it here and then work on the actual architecture. Not implement it completely, but just get to the point where I can just autopilot the rest. Because it's a lot easier to kind of like finish and like complete a feature than it is to like come up with it on the fly during the stream. Because it requires like a lot of focus to pretty much think about every scenario possible. when actually making something, so your game doesn't break as soon as you start it up. But yeah, if you have any questions for me, just leave a comment or hit me up on Discord. I try to be pretty responsive there. But with that being said, wherever you are, have a great morning, evening, afternoon, or night, and until tomorrow, peace.